I am Ash Cash, CEO of Ash Cash Enterprises.
Create your life.
Create your life.
I'm usually up at 4 a.m. every single day. I start out by doing what I call the hour of power, where I'm praying, I'm meditating, I'm tapping into my inner self and really being intentional about what the day is gonna look like for me. Around 5 a.m. I start to write my daily blog called The Daily Word, which is an inspirational blog that I send out to help people stay motivated and inspire themselves. Around 7 a.m. I'm usually out the house headed to the office. If I'm not traveling, I do a lot of traveling to different states to speak at colleges and conferences. But if I'm not traveling, I'm out the house 7 a.m. Get to the office, I want to say around 8:30, 9-ish. I live in New Rochelle, New York. My office is in Midtown Manhattan. So by the time I get to the office, it's really depending on what's on my schedule. I live and die by that schedule. If it's not on the schedule, then it's probably not going to happen. The grind can take a hold of you. So I make sure that I am scheduling lunch even. So I usually take lunch about 1 p.m. Then the day from 2 p.m. till about 5:30-ish. I continue to do whatever's on my schedule. By about 6 p.m., I'm on the express bus back home to my kids. And so by the time I get home, I want to say about like 7 p.m., everything shuts down. So before I even walk into the house, phones are off, emails are off. I'm not in contact with the outside world. Greet my wife, my kids. I have 2 kids. My daughter's 9. My son is about to be 2. And so, I spend time with the family. My daughter usually asking her, how was her day at school, play with my son a little bit. We usually eat a little late because I get in about 7 p.m. We do eat dinner as a family around 8 p.m. And after we finish eating dinner, my wife and I might talk about how our day was. And the kids usually go to sleep around 9 p.m., 9:30 if we're feeling happy enough to let them stay up a little later. So I usually go to bed around 10 p.m. If there's something that's pressing that I'm working on, I may stay up past 10 p.m. and continue to work once the family goes to bed because I feel like when my family is up, I want to be intentional and be there for them. So I try not to work at all while they're up. And then, I might go to bed about, normally 10 p.m. Sometimes I might stay up 11, 12. And then it's right back doing the same thing. 4 a.m. up, hour power, meditate, pray. And then, 5 a.m. again, giving the daily word, helping people to become motivated and inspired. On the weekends, it's pretty much the same. I may wake up maybe 5 or 6 a.m., but it's still an early start. I still do the hour of power. I don't do the daily word on the weekends, so it is a Monday through Friday thing, and that's why I can keep that extra hour and wake up 5 to 6 a.m. The defining moment that allowed me to create my life and made me, that I would say defined me, is the birth of my daughter. In 2008, my daughter was born. Prior to that, I wanted success. I had some success, and I knew that I wanted to be successful in everything I did, but it was different. Having a daughter, having somebody that you are responsible for, somebody that you brought into this world, someone who is always, regardless of what you do, is going to look up at you. There are people in the outside world that look at you as inspiration, but when it's someone that you actually had, you brought to the world, that is something that made me create my life and made me define what I wanted to do. It made me more intentional, and I said that I need my daughter to see me in a way where she is proud, where she wants to aspire to be the best that she can be. So in order for her to do that, I have to fully maximize my full potential. And that at that moment, April 3rd, 2008 at 1:45 a.m., Ash Cash decided to create his life. So Brian Tracy once said that motivation is like taking a shower. You have to do it daily. So I stay motivated by making sure I am affirming to myself every day, what is my purpose? Why am I doing this? And every day through affirmations, I remind myself, what is my definite chief aim? When you leave out to the outside world, there are so many things that can derail you, so many things that can distract you, so many things that can make you forget why you are doing what you do. And so affirming to yourself every day will help you get into that motion of staying motivated, and that's what I do. My ritual is affirmations, using the words I am in front of what my dreams and aspirations are help me. So for instance, one of my definite chief aims is to become an Emmy Award winning television host. So I wake up in the morning, I look myself in the mirror, and I say, I am an Emmy Award winning television host. And that's how I stay motivated. At this stage of my career, time is one of those things, once you give it away, you'll never get it back. So I am very intentional about who I pick up the phone for, who is worth my time. If it is not on my schedule, then most likely I will not be picking up the phone. If it's my wife, my mother, my sister, in that order, I will be picking up the phone. If it's not any of those folks and someone calls, I usually allow it to go to voicemail, and if it's something urgent, then I will return the call. If it is not, then I will schedule a time that I will be speaking to this person. But I am very intentional about the time that I give, because if you make money and you lose money, you can always make money back. But time is one of those things, once it's gone forever. So I am in full control of my time, and I make sure that I'm focused on who I spend that time with. So the three things I would tell any entrepreneur or anyone who is interested in entering into this field is: one, understand your why. Why is it that you're doing what you do? Why do you want to be an entrepreneur? Why do you want to be successful? One. Two, always do your best. Your best is going to change based on the circumstance. So if you are 100% yourself, your best is going to look one way. If you are sick and maybe 50% yourself, your best is going to look a different way. If you are, 20% you, your best is going to look a different way. So be okay with giving your best at all times based on where you are at that moment. And lastly, never give up. I have a saying, a quote, that it's always too early to quit. When you understand your why and you understand why that you're doing it, if you always do your best, then no matter what the obstacles, no matter what the circumstances that may come into your way, you have to keep pushing, never give up. And if you do that, you will manifest your dream. You will be successful in anything that you do if you follow those three principles and those three steps. Create your life!
Beautiful people, I'm Kevin Y. Brown, the host of the Create Your Life series, and I want to say thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this short segment, then you'll love the full interview. So please listen, share, and subscribe to our podcast.